Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the brand new LG G4. Now this phone is not available in stores yet. Shout out to LG. They hit me up and asked me if I wanted to check out a review unit. And I said, of course, who wouldn't? So we got a review unit on deck. Now a friend of mine that works for Sprint said this phone is going to be available on June 5th. So I was getting ready to pick one up anyway, but now we get to check it out a couple of days early. So let's get right to business. Now, y'all know I hate talking about specs, but since this is an unboxing video, let's get through some of the main specs that you need to know and where's the best place to find that on the back of the box. All right, first the display. Now you got a 5.5-inch IPS quantum display. Okay, so on the resolution, that's 1440 by 2560 pixels. And for all y'all cats on PPI patrol, that's 538 with the PPIs. Now, the cameras, this is important. You got a 16 megapixel camera on the back, which is supposed to be one of the best, if not the best camera on the market. Personally, I still think it's the S6, but we're going to do some heavy comparisons and find out once and for all. But this is one of the best cameras on the market, 16 megapixels. Now in the front, you got an 8 megapixel selfie camera. Okay, so that's two heavy camera specs right there. I'm already feeling that. Now, real quick, this phone also has two major bonuses. First, you have a removable battery. Now, we've been debating back and forth over the last couple of months, all these new phones coming out without removable batteries. Well, LG still stuck to their guns. You got a removable 3000 milliamp battery. That's a major plus. Also, you have a removable micro SD card. So you can upgrade your memory. You could put all the way up to 128 gig card right up in the slot. So that's another win right there. Now, before we unbox it, let's talk about the platform real quick. It's running Android 5.1 Lollipop, latest version of Android. Let's see, the chipset. Now, you got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808. With the CPU, you got a bunch of cores, okay? You got a dual-core 1.8 gigahertz Cortex A57, and you also have a quad-core 1.4 gigahertz Cortex A53. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I really know what it means. But in English, what that means is your phone should run super smooth with zero lag. Okay, that's basically what that means. Now, you get 32 gigs of storage on this version right here, and you got 3 gigs of RAM. Okay, so that's basically all the heavy specs. We'll get into the rest as they come up. So let's pop this open. Now, like I said, the retail packet might look a little bit different, but we'll see what this one looks like. Okay, so inside you got your phone. Let's see what else they give you. Bingo, removable battery. Now, y'all know how I feel about these. As many battery cases that I have and all these portable chargers and all that, nothing beats being able to just swap out a battery. So you're going from 0 to 100 real quick. Let's see. You got your micro USB charger. Now, let's see. Is this fast charge or not? Doesn't look like fast charge, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's basically what you get inside the box. Okay, so let's pop. Let's see. We got any plastic on here? Yeah, let's get rid of some of this plastic real quick. Screen protector on the front. Let's get that out of here. This is the part that I hate, fellas. All these little plastic parts, but we got to get through it. Let's get rid of the screen protector because we want to see the screen in full glory. Y'all ready? Okay. Bunch of plastic and stuff on the back too. We'll get into that in a minute. First, let's look at the actual back. Matter of fact, I got to get this plastic off of here because it's killing my vision. Okay, look at the back now. When I buy this one from Sprint, I'm definitely getting a leather back version. Okay, this one right here looks nice, this little diamond pattern, but if I had to choose, I would definitely 100% go with the leatherback version. Even on your LG G3, the standard, you see this one kind of has like the brushed aluminum look to it, even though it's plastic. Even that one looks better than this diamond shaped one, which really doesn't have any texture to it. I don't know, it looks nice, I guess, when the light hits, but I would have preferred this one or definitely the leatherback. But that's the beauty of this phone, since you have a removable battery cover. Now, if you don't like this diamond pattern one, all you got to do, this is all you got to do. All you got to do is peel this off, file that to the side, and you could order some different ones. You could order the leather one. I'm pretty sure they'll come out with some other ones. Maybe they'll come out with a brushed aluminum version like that. brushed aluminum looking version like that. Who knows? But you're not stuck with this. All right, so that's the beauty of this. Let's drop the battery in real quick. 3,000 milliamp battery. Let me just make sure though. Let's see. Okay, you can see for yourself. 3,000 milliamp battery. And like I said, that might not be a big deal to you. And a lot of new phones that's coming out, look at your Nexus 6, look at your HTC One M9, look at your iPhone, look at your Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge. No removable batteries. All right, no removable batteries. Removable. That's one of my words that always gets me tongue-tied. But no removable battery on none of those phones. And it's not a big deal. Those are still top of the line phones. But nothing beats having a phone like the Galaxy Note. When your phone is completely dead, you swap out another battery and you go from 0 to 100 before you could even blink. All right, so nothing beats that. Drop the battery in here. You also see you have your spot for your micro SD card. Now, shout out to everybody who watched that last Amazon Warrior video I did when Hollywood came through. If you thought it was a game, you see a lot of people still walk around with 5 micro SD cards in their pocket, especially fellas that's doing dirt. You know, you got all your pictures, all your dirt on different micro SD cards, and you put them in your wallet and you walk around with that. Then when you get to work, you swap out SD cards and you have fun. So that might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but a lot of people still like the fact that you can have upgradable memory and micro SD card swappability. Swappability. I don't know if that's a real word, fellas. Swappability. Personally, I got a whole bunch of micro SD cards with a whole bunch of movies and all that. So and these are old, from old phones all the way back to HTC Evo days, with, you know, stuff that I could easily replace, but I don't want to. I'd rather just have all of these cards, and when I go, I swap them in and out. Okay, so the battery cover wasn't too hard to take off. Snaps right back into place. Let's see now. Here's one thing now I got to mention. Now, this was one of the things I didn't like about the LG G3. And, you know, you get used to it, but I'm really not a big fan of the buttons on the back. Really not a big fan of that. Now, if you got a whole bunch of phones like me, or, you know, you like to switch 2 or 3 different phones, it's going to take you a minute to get used to having the power on the back, when most phones have it actually on the side or the top. Now, not a big deal. Not a big deal, because one thing they did that was kind of hot with the G3, and this is why I said, look, let me just explain something. Let me explain something real quick. I had, over the last couple of years, I had 4 LG phones. Okay, I had the Optimus Pro, and the Flex. Those 3 phones, didn't like. Didn't like them at all. And y'all know my motto, you're only as good as your last product. So I hated LG. Don't tell them I said that. But I hated LG all the way up until the G3 dropped. When the G3 dropped, I went out and got it. And this phone, the G3, actually pushed LG back to the top of the food chain. Now, you could argue if you want, but the G3, in my opinion, was one of my top 5 phones of 2014. Okay, you had your Galaxy Note, you had your Nexus, you had your HTC M8, you had your iPhone 6, and you got, now look, some people are going to say the S5. My S5 had a little bit too much lag for me, so I couldn't really put that in the top 5 over the G3. The G3 was definitely in my top 5. Has a lot of cool features on it. Now, back to what I was saying about the buttons on the back, at least there was some functionality with these buttons, because when you have your phone in your pocket, if you hold down the volume down, it's going to activate your camera. All right, you see, you hold down volume down, and it activates the camera in your pocket. Same thing if you got your phone in your pocket. All you have to do is hold down volume up, and it's going to activate your quick memo pad. So these are little features that you really just have to get used to. Once you start playing with them, you'll love it. But this phone, to me, has a perfect mix of a lot of features from different phones, such as the double tap to wake up. Let me see. Let me make sure I got it activated. Yeah, okay, let's hold on a second. Y'all hear the ice cream truck outside? It's about to go down. All right, so you got the double tap to wake up the screen, similar to on the HTC M9 and the M8. So that's a hot feature right there. And one of my favorite features from the G3 was this. You see how you hold it to open? I got it set to soda pop, but listen to the sound. Opens up like a soda pop. Okay? Now I got this funny looking live wallpaper on here I was fooling around with. This wallpaper is actually sick. Maybe I'll throw it up in one of the app videos, whatever. But the G3 is definitely a top of the food chain phone. Okay, so let's get back to the G4 now. You got your volume up and down on the back, power button in the middle. Here goes your camera, your LED, and your sensor, your laser sensor. We'll get into that in the real review. What does all of that mean? Now, here's another thing that I didn't like about the G3, and I'm probably not going to like about the G4 also. Speak on the back. Y'all know, in my opinion, that's the worst possible place to put a speaker. I'd rather have it, the optimal spot would be on the front. Secondary spot would be on the bottom. Maybe even the top, who knows, but definitely not the back. Okay, definitely not the back, but you know, you get used to it and it works. And a lot of the times when you're doing heavy media, you're gonna have a portable Bluetooth speaker or you're gonna have headphones in anyway. So it's not a deal breaker for me. It's just something that I would have changed if I could. Okay, so let's power this up real quick. See if we got any juice. You see, I'm already looking for the power button on the front. Let's see if we got any juice and we'll take a look at this. While this is loading up, like I said, this is one of my favorite features with the G3 was the double tap to wake up the screen. And also this. You see how, look at the, you see how you can see the apps underneath it? This is beautiful. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, the ice cream truck is killing me, and I just came from the gym. I'm feeding for an ice cream cone. While this loads up, I'm gonna pause the video real quick and connect to my Wi-Fi, load up all my apps. I'm gonna run outside and get an ice cream cone. I'll be right back. Now, real quick, hit me up in the comments. I know if you never had ice cream from the ice cream truck, you're not gonna understand this. I know Haagen-Dazs and Ben & Jerry's, all those real ice cream companies, that's real ice cream. This cheap stuff from the ice cream truck is probably some garbage. But if you ever had ice cream from the ice cream truck, you know what I'm talking about. So while this loads up, I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be right back with that chocolate cone. Okay, so we're back in. Now, I ran outside to catch the ice cream truck. Soon as I walked out the door, the truck was pulling down the block. I did legs today at the gym, so you already know that was a done deal. So let's get back to the G4. Now let's look around the phone one more time because I think I got sidetracked. On the back of the phone, you got your laser sensor, you got your camera, 16 megapixel, you got your dual LED flash, 2 tones, okay? You got your volume up and down, and your power button in the middle. Speaker on the bottom, on the back of the phone. On the bottom, you got your micro USB charging port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and your mic. On the top, you got IR blaster and your sensor. Now, no buttons on the side. That's kind of good in some ways because if you're heavy-handed like me, now you can really hold the phone in your hand and you don't have to worry about activating any buttons. Now, one thing I will say about LG's UI is I love it. All right? It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a better version of TouchWiz. It's very colorful and vibrant, but no lag to it. All right, so you still got your knock feature, double tap to open up the screen. And look at this. This is one of my favorite features. I showed y'all out on the G3. Now, this is customizable too. That's just fun. Now, I got the volume down, but it makes all these nice little cute sounds. I like all that stuff. Okay? Now, you can also, when I do the real review, we'll get into this a little bit deeper. You can even set it up to have a knock password. Okay, so instead of swipe, you can knock the password. That's hot. Same features still work. If you hold down volume down, activate your camera, hold down volume up, activate your memo pad. Okay, so I'm downloading all my apps right now. So if you see a little bit of lag, that's because I got about 88 apps downloading in the background. So far though, nice and smooth, very similar to the G3. Now real quick, I just want to take a look at the camera. Let's get some quick point and shoots. Look how fast it's taking these pictures. Almost no shutter lag. Now, we could go to settings, and we'll play with everything in a minute. Matter of fact, why not? We'll wait for the real review. But one thing about this phone right here, if you're heavy into photography, you're going to love this. When you go on manual mode, there's 1,000 different options and settings to play with that me personally, I don't really use. I like everything on auto. But like I said, if you're heavy into photography, you're going to love this phone. And you're going to love this camera. Now, before we get out of here, let's do a little comparison. Now, this is one thing I said, similar to when you got your HTC M8 and the M9. Remember I said it's kind of like buying the same phone twice? Well, with the G4 and the G3, very similar looking phones. Okay, now I would say the G4, it feels a little bit thinner, but it's pretty much the same height. Okay, pretty much same height, same weight, almost the same weight, and almost looks exactly the same. Okay, so we're gonna have to really play with it first and see if it's worth upgrading from your G3. Now, automatically, you already know about the camera, so that's a big plus right there. And you know, we can argue back and forth with the HTC M8 and the M9. Even though, yeah, the M9 had an upgraded camera, it still was trash. Right, so I really didn't recommend upgrading from your M8 to the M9. But we'll see. When I do the real review, I'll give y'all my honest opinion. Is it worth it? You know, just from the back, it looks like the same phone, though, but, you know, we got to play with it. So let's do a quick size comparison with some of the heavy hitters that we got on the market. Now, as you can see, basically the same as the G3. We'll start with the G3. Basically the same as the G3. Now, just for fun, I want to show y'all this, just for fun. Let's pull out the trap phone. All right. We got the Moto E. Okay, now this is the trap phone. When I do the real review on this, y'all going to be surprised. I'm actually feeling this phone. This is a $100 phone, and I'll give y'all a quick story of how I used this in the casino the other night. This is a cool little backup phone. You're going to have a lot of fun with this one for $100. Now, to the real phones. Real phones. All right, so we got iPhone 6. Okay, bigger than your iPhone 6. Okay, now, you know, this is a small size phone. HTC One M9. Okay, so almost the same height, but you got to remember, this is a 5.5-inch display. So it's bigger, a lot bigger. You got your Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. Okay, so let's try to get them even. A little bit bigger. Not overwhelmingly big, but a little bit bigger. Now let's get to some of the heavy hitter phones. iPhone 6 Plus. Let's stand these up. Okay, so iPhone 6 Plus is a little bit taller. A little bit taller. Okay, basically same weight though. iPhone 6 Plus, I would say, probably better build though. Next now real heavy hitters. Galaxy Note 4. Okay, so the Note 4 is bigger than your G4. Bigger display. Weight-wise, man, whatever. Galaxy Note Edge. Okay, arguably one of my favorite phones. Arguably the hottest phone on the market right now. A little bit bigger, though. Okay, a little bit bigger. And now for the big boy, the heavy-duty Nexus 6. Okay, so the Nexus 6 is my biggest phone that I got right now. And you can see, look at this, look at the displays. So if you're a big dude with big giant fingers and you're looking for a big phone, you might want to keep the Nexus 6 in mind. But this is not about that. This is about the G4. Let's stick to the G4. Beautiful looking phone. Though I gotta say that this display is beautiful. Let's check the brightness real quick. Let's get maximum brightness. Look how bright that is. Now y'all remember when the G3 came and it was all that, you know, all that controversy about the best display in the world. Yet, when you look at it with the naked eye, a lot of people said that the Galaxy series still looked better. So I don't really get too deep with all the specs and all that. I like to go by real world usage. And I was never disappointed with my G3. Only problem I had with the G3 was sometimes it overheated when I was on full beast mode status, using the phone all day and then, you know, swapping out the battery and continue, you know, using it over and over. But, you know, after the update, I really didn't have that problem too much. Okay, once they optimized it, they optimized a little bit more stuff. I never had that overheating problem again. And if you watch my videos, you know I'm going to have all the cases for this. You know I'm going to have that 0 lemon heavy duty battery. All right, so this phone is going to be in rotation heavy. All right, I could already tell y'all that. This phone is going to be in rotation. Y'all know my motto. You're only as good as your last device. The LG G3 was a beast, so this is going to be a beast too. All right, they're not going backwards with this one. Nice and smooth. And like I said, this UI is so customizable. You see the buttons on the bottom. Where's my G3 at? Let me show you something you could do real quick. You could customize the buttons on the bottom. You see how I got 5 on the bottom on this one? You can make it just like this. Also, one thing I like also, listen, I gotta play with it now. On your lock screen, you have your apps. So I could just go straight to Instagram. Let me just make sure nothing pop up. I could go straight to Instagram from the home screen. All right, this is the Instagram if y'all want to follow me. Okay, Flossy _Carter. Anyway, Fresh out the box on a scale of 1 to 10. I can't really call it yet because I got to play with it, fully. But on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a great phone, though. This is going to be a great phone. I'm definitely going to be feeling this. I'm definitely going to get the leatherback version. We're going to get all the accessories. We're going to do it real big like we always do it. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Let me know if y'all got a G3 and y'all plan on upgrading. All right, let's talk about it. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the Amazon Warrior on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. All right, now this is my last Instagram post. If y'all thought I was joking, I just came from the gym. This was what, let's see, 2 hours ago. All right, so I was just in the gym 2 hours ago getting beast mode status. All right, so hit me up on Instagram if y'all want to party. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. Or y'all haters, or y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Deuces.